Hello, this is our makeup class for week 12. Okay, and the topic for this week is the um, nonverbal aspect of cross-cultural communication. I want to acknowledge that the slides, the following slides, are those based on the PowerPoint slides developed by Dr. Cripps. Okay, Carl A. Cripps. He is in Myanmar at the moment. Okay, there are two objectives. Number one is to describe the types of nonverbal codes. Okay, and you should be able to analyze the effect of nonverbal codes. Nonverbal codes, I repeat, on communication. Cross-cultural communication. In this course, we focus mainly on the verbal aspect of communication. But the nonverbal aspects of communication are very important too. The thing that you need to bear in mind is the fact that the error that often occurs is to think that, we often think that gestures like hand gestures are, universal. But in fact, gestures are not always universal. Especially when we go abroad. Yeah, and maybe we don't speak fluently at all. We use gestures. Often we think that we can survive just use hand language or the gestures without considering that they have to be read in a very specific cultural system. In short, nonverbal language is not universal like gestures. You need to understand the cultural system underlying those, body language or gestures. You see, as you can see, this gesture in the US is mean loser, but in China is mean number 8. You see, either so it very much depends on the where you are, the cultural context of your communication. I actually had experienced the use of different gestures. When I was in Nepal, and the taxi driver in Kathmandu, when I said, "Do you know where Lalipu is?" And actually, the taxi driver basically shook his head. At first, I thought he did not know, but later on, I realized that that's a way to say yes, to acknowledge my request, and he actually said yes. In normally you would nod your head, but in Kathmandu, he kind of he shook his head. So interesting. So nonverbal communication, you can generate meanings without words. You can, meanings without words. And there are many types of nonverbal communication. The physical appearance. Physical appearance. This is one of the one of the types. Bodily movement like kinesics. I mean bodily movement. facial expression, eye contact, and the tactile mean the touch, smell, and para language, like prosthetic features. And yeah, these are the nonverbal communication relying on the use of our bodies. And there are also the combination between the body and the environment, like the proxemics. Proxemic means the space, and chronemic, chronemics mean the time, and also silence. So these are the the types of nonverbal communication. Yeah, there's physical appearance. Yeah, backpackers in Thailand, and the grooming and the attire. You are what you dress. If you dress like a cowboy or a sheriff, you will be perceived like that. Yeah, it's reflect your image. Yeah, makeover. Your look. Yeah, and also attraction and attractiveness. You can increase your credibility. You want to be more attractive. More success at work, higher salary if you are good looking, more attractive. Yeah, and other people will perceive you positively, actually. And yeah, business and appearances are very important. Also the kinesics, or the movements of your body, like the posture, the gestures, facial expressions. Yeah, the posture and the language. Oh my God, when you very sad, or when you are shocked, you see that body movement can tell a lot. Sometimes when you communicate, do not just focus on what you hear and what you see, just the language, but look at the body language, like the posture, the movements of the body, facial expression, the eyes, for example. Yeah, that's saying that the secret of success is a present personality with a sincere, enthusiastic attitude. This is from Marida. Okay, it's a good thing. Well, you need personality. Yeah. Of course, you need to have positive attitude, sincere attitude as well. Personality is not enough. Yep. Repetition. Yep. Redundancy, non-verbal, mirror verbal communication. This is the fact that non-verbal mirrors verbal communication. Okay, and you can use non-verbal to emphasize something, like it's over. Or you can use it to compliment. You say, I'm sleepy, I would like to sleep. You can use your instead of just saying it, you can use your gesture or your body language to communicate. This can be very helpful when you consider the fact that sometimes the competency level of the communicators may not be very high. Maybe you can accompany, or on the screen you can see the word complementation, complimentary. from a semiotic perspective, where you have more signifiers, this is better for the human, that person to actually correctly interpret the intention on the message. Yeah, it can be contradiction. Yeah, contradiction. Verbal and non-verbal messages can conflict with each other. Uh, yep. When you say something, you mean the other. For example, the contradiction can be just when you say, "Are you alright?" and your friend said, "Yeah, I'm alright. I'm alright." But when you look at your friend, you can actually understand that she is not alright. There's something. So this is what we call contradiction. Yeah, and there are also gestures can be interpreted in many, in different cultures has many different meaning. Okay, the okay sign can be interpreted differently. Like you, yeah, this is common. You can use, yeah, your body language as a substitution, using non-verbal instead of verbal code. Yeah, when you want another, I can give you a clear example. When you want to hitchhike, yeah, when you cannot hear, you can use the hand gestures, sometimes fingers, as a substitution. Substitute X substitutes Y, and yeah, you can use it to regulate, controlling others' behavior. Also, there are also variation of use, like กินข้าว and นอน and Thai why and smile. When there are many way to why, if you why an elderly person, you would do it differently from when you why another person who has the same age as yours. Smile can be interpreted differently. Thank you. Facial expression can show your anger, your distrust, your fear, happiness, sadness, surprise. Eye contact. You can look at the duration of the eye contact, whether the eye contact shows the respect or whether the eye contact is an expression of confrontation. Touching is also very important. It can be interpreted differently. Okay, it can show politeness. It can show sexual interest and consolation. It can show support, and it can show control. This, yeah. Yeah, para-language. Now, vocalization reinforce emotion content of the message. Now, you can look at the pitch level, the volume, the rate. Okay, the rate and the quality, pronunciation, articulation, enunciation, and the silence. Yep. So, if you have a beautiful voice or powerful voice, yeah, it's good for you. You people can judge other people based on the sound that they hear. Now let's move on about space or proximity. Involve territory and personal space, both signal and signal relationship between speakers. Okay, yeah, and personal space. There are no fixed rules, but in general, when you are intimate, really close with another person, the personal space is really narrow. Um, yeah. For social, you will not stand too close to the other person, like 4 to 12 feet. Yeah, in public, 12 feet. Seating arrangement can be cultural. Face to face is really appropriate for, what we call certain cultures like the US. Chinese will prefer the side by side like the Thai style. Yeah, furniture arrangement. Also, the time or chronamics mean the time. Time is also a cultural dimension. They are monochronic, you know, monochronic and also polychronic, like culture, the impact relationship. That's why we had the word Thai time. Okay. Monochronic, like the Australian or the US, they are really punctual, But polychronics, like the high context culture, it depends on the context. Yep, they are exercise, but we don't. You can think about the Thai proverbs about time. Yeah, in English, they will say that time is money. Time flies. Thai peoples are polychronic. They are polychronic. You can give an example to support your answer, like what the saying of Thai time. Okay. Yeah, punctuality. 30 minutes for the Arab, 5 to 15 minutes in the UK, or 5 minutes in the US. It depends on what you mean by being punctual. Okay. And also, pace mean the speed of your talk or the tempo of your talk. Yeah, the small talk. In the US, it's usually 15 minutes. But the Japanese and the Arabs are a bit longer. I'm not sure about the Thai. I think the Thai would be like 20 minutes. Yeah, temporal orientation or long-term orientation or short-term orientation. Yeah, the Thai or the US. Silence. In Asia, when they ask you question, you can remain silent. In many cultures, when you are silent, it can be interpreted as you are, you have maturity. You know how to be, be respectful. Ambiguity of nonverbal code can happen. This is, and I have a case study actually to talk to you about the case of a Japanese exchange student in California. Yep, personal differences: folded arm, roll eyes upward, avoid eye contact and frown and shake the hands. It can be personal difference. Misinterpretation can happen. Yawn, the ball, the tie. Yeah. Types of nonverbal codes, kinesics. All of these are culturally determined. Asian and European bodily movement, attraction, attractiveness, proximity, chronemic, tactile, vocalization, attire. Grooming, including the what we call the loudness of your speech, can be interpreted differently.
solid.
So this is the end. I hope you enjoyed the talk.